African Americans in this country are the only groups. They have no culture. It depends on who you meet, where you meet them.
But currently there's not an African American culture?
No.
Yes, there is.
What is it? Name 2 value systems in the African American culture.
Value system?
Yes. Name 2 taboos in the African American culture system. Name 2 traditions, by the way, in the African American culture system. There is no value for freedom if you don't understand what it is. The concept of free. You have to have a foundation on which it would balance when you ask for it. Civil rights, they give it to you. You have no culture. Nancy, you've been here, born here. Why would you be surprised if I say African Americans don't have a culture? What, twerking? So anything
but I feel like African American culture has definitely
you say
mainstream.
No, you say the word, the African American culture. What is it? Okay, fine.
Like hip hop.
Oh,
not
Jesus
hip hop.
Christ.
I mean, I don't want to.
Look,
yes, I feel like
you haven't thought about it. It's fine. Don't make things up.
I'm not making it up.
Okay,
I feel like
then educate me. You feel. You should know. You were born and raised here.
Yes, but I have a Haitian.
Are you African American?
I'm Haitian American.
That's correct. Do you see why you were being specific with that? Because anybody who encounters you already knows you before. If they know you are Haitian, at least 2 things comes to their mind.
What is that?
If they've been to Haiti, they can look at work ethics and they say, yes, Haitians, I know them. Service industry, they know where they do well. Food, they can say yes. And even language, Creole.
Right.
And they can say, oh, I love Haitians. Mm-hmm. Because they saw the culture in abstract before they encountered you. Mm-hmm. So people go over the bridge of your culture, your tradition, your customs, and that helps them to know how to
address it.
Exactly. I'm saying to you, any people who ask for these things, which are abstract, freedom, for example, independence, for example, and civil rights, for example, voting rights, for example, you must have a foundation on which these things are going to balance. Because the people there have to uniformly agree with consensus. This is our way of life. The do's and the don'ts involved in our culture. Even if you have to create an artificial culture.
Is that why the civil rights movement is considered dead?
It's dead and useless. They got it, but they could not balance it on any foundation.
Africa are you from?
I'm from America. That's what we're saying. Just like a Jamaica, just like a hold on. Just like somebody from Jamaica, they're not going to say what country in Africa they're from. Somebody in Haiti is not going to say what country from. They're going to say they're Haitian.
Because they were closer from what is it called, the triangular slave
but
trade.
Then when you ask them that question, they're not going to have a definitive answer.
That's because they're already in their own community of Caribbeans, the Haitians, Jamaica. They're all like in one bowl.
But Black Americans are in their own bowl as well.
I truly believe there needs to be a study done per the obsession with trying to disparage and diminish African Americans within the diaspora. To sit on a podcast in America with an American accent with Black Americans dressed like a Black American woman and tell them that they don't know where they come from or Africans perceive you as such, it really at this point is beyond the scope of sanity. This is the same issue we face with Black Brits, who, same with Africans in this country. They have absolutely no idea of the history of the Americas, and particularly the history of the United States of America. To not understand that Caribbeans are the same exact thing as Americans, and then come to America, but identify with Caribbeans, but not identify with African Americans, is the source of the problem. Africans look at the United States of America as a white country, and they look at Americans as being white Americans. And so they look at us and they think we are immigrants the same way that Africans are immigrants in the UK, whereas we are just Black and from America, which happens to be the land of milk and honey, where all immigrants come and immigrate to. So in their view of America, they diminish our existence, and they diminish our ethnic group, our culture, and our history. Mind you, African American culture, which is American culture, is the culture that has been exported to the world. I have been to every continent except for Antarctica, and I see pictures of Tupac, I see pictures of Biggie, I hear hip hop playing, I see people dressed like us. So the reach of African American culture is a global one that many other Black cultures haven't reached. She then goes on to paint this broad stroke of African Americans being lazy, and this is a trope that they love to throw out. Check a listen to this.
Africans come to America, they're busting their behinds to get degrees, become doctors, lawyers, and stuff like that. So when Africans look at African Americans, they're like, these people have credit cards. We don't even have credit cards. These people are not even working, and we come here and we busting our asses. Now we're doing this. We're now 6 figures, and these people have all these years to become all these great jobs and careers, and they're not doing anything. I'm just saying this is what they're saying. Yeah, this is the conversation. It's like, y'all have all this time to get free money, free loans, and we don't get that back at home.
Yeah, but y'all get that when y'all come here, though.
Exactly, and guess what? We're right here, and y'all are still here.
There's a lot of...
The absolute gall and audacity of this girl to be in America and say that, well, we come over and we get more money than you, we have more education than you, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Not understanding you wouldn't even be allowed to be in this country without the fight and the strife of African Americans to fight for their own liberty and their own freedoms. Without African Americans, you wouldn't be able to exist. You wouldn't be able to have a home. You wouldn't be able to have a bank account. You wouldn't be able to vote. The list goes on. So for you to come in and benefit off the backs of what African Americans have done and my ancestors have done, and then to disparage them and to diminish them in their own country is really fucking crazy. You left your country because of economic instability, political instability, due to colonialism and the systems that were left in place after the Europeans left. Do you not think that America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, that's a majority white place, didn't put in systems that systematically oppress us till this day? So you come in and you don't have that systematic oppression ingrained in your culture and DNA. So you're able to hustle and do things that most Black Americans can't even fathom. Let's use our brains before we get on podcasts and start talking. Maybe I should start a podcast, honestly, because the people that go on these podcasts, they lack common sense, they lack historical context, they lack nuance, and they lack the ability to think logically. Bye, y'all.
I watched the viral clip of that bald-headed African dude that was talking to that Haitian lady on his podcast about how Black Americans, we're the only people that don't have a culture, that don't have any value systems, any traditions, any taboos, blah, blah, blah. And I've watched some different takes on this, but I actually have a little bit of a different take. Okay, so my microphone just went out. But anyways, I have a little bit of a different take because listening to that clip made me realize something about the way that Africans view culture and traditions when it comes to Black people. So the reason why Africans say stuff like Black Americans don't have culture, we don't know who we are, we don't know where we come from, is because our culture in America doesn't center Africa. So what I mean by that is, if you look at like the Caribbean and South America, a lot of their culture and traditions mimic cultures or mimic the things that are done culturally in Africa, in different parts of Africa. So they've taken a lot of that African tradition and incorporated it into their cultures down in the Caribbean and in South America. So that's why they're not going to tell them that they don't know who they are, they don't know where they came from, they're lost. They're not going to say that to them because their culture, a lot of their culture resembles that different cultures in Africa. Whereas in America, as Black Americans, most of our culture, especially not mainstream culture, does not resemble anything African. Our culture does not center Africa. I don't think that Africans can really wrap their head around the idea of a group of Black people who just came up, who came up with their own culture that's based off of their own experience and that has absolutely nothing to do with anywhere on the continent of Africa. So in their eyes, it's like, you guys must be lost because you don't center Africa in your culture. You don't center Africa in the things that you do. Nothing that you do resembles African, anything in Africa. You don't resemble, we can't draw any parallels between what you guys are doing in America into Africa. I mean, even if we're just talking about lifestyles, like when you look at Haiti and Nigeria, you're not going to really see too much difference between a city in Haiti and a city in Nigeria. It's still full of scrap metal housing made out of shipping containers. There's extreme poverty in both of those areas, and they really kind of mirror each other in a lot of ways. And even in Jamaica, like certain parts of Jamaica could look similar to somewhere in Ghana or somewhere. So I feel like they have more of like that connection. Like, so I really feel like Africans look at Caribbeans and they see a lot of themselves in the lifestyles of the people there, but they don't see the reflection of themselves in us. And I think that they look at that as like somehow we are lost or we don't have any pride, or because we don't feel connected to Africa. So if we're Black and we don't feel connected to Africa, that means that there's something wrong with us, and that means that we're lost. You know, they say that Black Americans have main character syndrome and we're self-centered, but yet the way that they view culture, and the reason why they tell us that we don't know who we are, and we don't have a culture, or we don't have traditions, or we don't, you know, we're just lost, is because our culture doesn't resemble theirs. Our culture doesn't center Africa, but somehow we're the main character. But aside from all of that, I don't feel like anybody has the right to tell somebody else that they don't have a culture. You don't have a right to speak on another group of people's lifestyle. Like, you just, and the lady that he was sitting across from, honestly, I just don't think that her elevator goes to the top floor. I don't think that she has the mental bandwidth to engage in a conversation like that. But I feel like a lot of times they pick people like that specifically that they know won't really have no pushback, that don't have the mental capacity to go back and forth with them and actually educate them. Because apparently she did not. She just sat there looking like boo-boo the fool and had no rebuttals at all. So, but anyways, that's my take.
What did Black people in America do to deserve this level of hatred and disdain? Most of us, our ancestors, we started coming here in the year 1619. We've never started a war with you. We've never tried to take the country away. We've never undermined the country. So my question here in America, what did Black people do to deserve this level of ongoing hatred and disdain? That is my question, America. Thank you.
So many people say that Black Americans don't have a culture. That's wild, considering the entire global music industry is basically built on it. What do you mean? Jazz, blues, gospel, rock, R&B, soul, funk, house, techno, hip-hop. I mean, even pop as we know it today owes everything to Black American innovation. Okay, but weren't those just American genres in general? No! Jazz and blues came straight out of the African American experience. Spirituals, work songs, call and response. Rock literally just sped up blues. Country had Black roots too, but those got whitewashed real fast. And hip-hop, everyone knows, was born in the Bronx. Okay, but now those genres are everywhere. Exactly, and that's the trick. Once they go global, they get cleaned up, commercialized, repackaged, and suddenly, no one remembers where they came from. So people think it's just pop culture. No, they think it's mainstream, but it is Black culture. It's just been exported so hard, people don't recognize the source anymore. Okay, but techno though? Detroit, again, look it up. Oh wow, damn. Black Americans didn't just influence the culture. They are the blueprint.
I need someone to explain to me what's so hard about understanding that Black Americans have over 400 years of history and culture. What is so difficult in conceptualizing that? We was literally the backbone of and built a new country by force. Like, America would not be what it was and what it is today without Black Americans. 400 years of history, of culture, of families, of generations. What makes you think we're lost at all and don't have any connection to any roots? Right? And like, let's not talk about like lineages to Africa for a second, because we could talk about that all day long. We could never know where our people were from in Africa, and we would still have roots. I don't know why that's so difficult to conceptualize. And actually, you know what? There's always so much talk about Black Americans needing to be proud and have pride in our origins in Africa. And I agree with y'all. I've been to the continent, one country, Senegal, and I felt so much pride and connection there. And I agree so much, I have so much connection that the rest of y'all should have pride in Black Americans too. Where's your pride in Black Americans as not being Black Americans? Our ancestors was your ancestors' cousins. They were family, baby, and they brought and cultivated an entire culture while surviving bondage, a thriving culture, mind you. A culture that we love, talking about having a lot of origins in Africa. Okay, so if we're so connected, right? Have pride in the culture that we built here. Have pride in the culture that literally is the backbone of an entire country. Not just America, but the entire Western Hemisphere due to forced labor. They still brought culture that thrived in North America, the Caribbean, and Latin America, and South America. Have pride in us the same way that we should have pride in our origins elsewhere, okay? We're not lost. We have roots. We have culture. We have history.
One time, they wanted, the roast on Comedy Central, they wanted to do, and this is no diss to them, it's just they wanted to do a roast of historical figures. Like they do the drunken comedy thing with the presidents and stuff. They said, we want, you play Malcolm X, all right? And then they're roasting. I go, no, I'm not doing that. Hell no. And they literally, my agents were like, what do you mean? I go, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Edgar Everett, James Baldwin, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth. I don't play games like that. I said, the reason why, and remember, I'm not foundational Black American. I'm Nigerian. But my parents were able to come here because of the Civil Rights Bill off of Black American sweat.
They didn't replace the raccoons with the Black immigrants. You see what he stated, that, hey, they wanted him to disrespect these Black activists that did a lot for the Black American community. Go disrespect them. And they reached out to him because they knew he's not Black American. Like he stated in his video that he's not Black American. But he has so much respect or know the history of the struggles of Black Americans in this country. Because if it wasn't for Black Americans, none of these Black immigrants would even be over here. You know what I'm saying? The Immigration Act and Nationality Act of 1965, which came out of the Civil Rights Movement, right? But other Black immigrants have no problem. Oh, run me that check, because they're not connected to the history of this land. They don't have no lineage here. So they're easily I wouldn't even say sell it out, because they're not even like raccoons. It's something totally different. They're just immigrants. So they're like, just run me the money, right? But, respectfully, Godfrey turned it down, which is the honorable thing to do, which is the right thing to do. The civil rights activists, those Black activists, is the reason why the Black immigrants are even over here. So why even disrespect those people, right? Why even disrespect those Black leaders? They'll find somebody else. They'll find somebody else that be willing and willing to do it.
The problem with Black American culture, it goes global. We're the most copied people on earth. Like, even our music, like house music, when I went to Europe, they was like, oh, this is ours. That comes from the south side of Chicago. That's Black American music. What are you talking about? Everything we do goes global, so it doesn't look like we make anything. So everybody be like, you guys have no culture. Where's your culture at? Whole time they're doing that shit right in front of us. Right in front of us, they're doing what we be doing. It's the problem. Our shit go global. We just copied a lot. We're carbon copied all over the fucking globe.
When you even type in diaspora words, it seems to be Africans or Caribbeans, and they have this disdain almost, or this disrespect when it comes towards Black Americans.
Parents are from New York.
Americans, they don't know where they're from,
I think American Black people are the most lost Black people in the world.
Like my mom would tell me not to marry that.
Yeah.
Right. She says it all the time.
My parents are both from Grenada. They came here in the 80s and 90s. So what he was saying about how they think that Black people are lazy does resonate with me, because I've heard that a lot.
Don't go and talk to those Black Americans though. You just go and get pregnant. You get into drugs. You start become gang banging. Just go to the white community, find a nice place. Just go and be decent. Stay with the white people.
We don't want them here.
They're your brothers and sisters.
They're not our brothers.
It's very disrespectful, and especially when we have built a unique culture within America.
Fuck Black History Month.
Go back to Jamaica with that bullshit.
Go back to Jamaica with that bullshit. Independence.
I go back to Jamaica with that shit.
Jamaican independence? Nigga, y'all can't even take over your own damn country.
It's took over.
You're fucked. White people come over there and smack y'all around.
They already kicked them all out.
No, they didn't. Red Cross run y'all niggas. They hit y'all with a disaster every other year. Come down there and beat the hell out of y'all. Niggas fucked up, fleeing the damn country all the time in banana boats. Hell no. They come here so they can get some type of stability. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody. They can't do what we did here. Don't no other country or continent have the type of Black people that we got. Who the hell is they Malcolm X? Who the hell is they Martin Luther King?
Marcus Garvey was Jamaican.
Marcus Garvey still had to come here.
Yeah.
To get his shit off.
Because they couldn't get their shit together.
So what did he do for Jamaica?
Jamaica, what you mean?
Why couldn't he do the same thing?
What you mean?
Jamaica is so built up, then why the hell do y'all got to come here to do anything? That's my point. So why hasn't other Black people in other nations been able to create the same stability that we have here in America. Why is that?
We got here
plenty, a lot more than these other countries. We ain't living in shanty towns, nigga. I live in a fucking.
I mean, niggas in the Netherlands don't live in shanties.
What the hell are you talking?
Niggas in England don't live in
we living pretty damn good right now, I can't lie.
African people don't like black people. Y'all know they treat us like shit. They talk down to us. They think they better than us. And I don't understand because we from the same tribe, kind of. But they like white people, though. They treat y'all like family. As soon as y'all come around, they get excited. Excuse me, Mr. White Man. Thank you for bringing us here. We love you. Yay, the white man. As soon as they see us, they get an attitude. Hey, how you doing? This nigga. We don't like the black man in America. Motherfucker, you don't work, you don't do shit. We don't like you, you black motherfucker. Like, who are you calling black, motherfucker? I'm brown, you midnight. Who the fuck are you calling black? Like, nigga, if you stood up against a building, you'd look like an alley. Who the fuck are you calling black? This shit is unjust.